Are you about to undertake the building contract stage of your townhouse development project, but unsure how home building contracts work? Well, stick around, because in this video, I'll break down the types of contracts and precisely what you should be looking for. Let's get into it. Hey guys, Peter Kelly here from Little Fish Property Developments, helping you maximize the value of your land and generate wealth through low-risk residential development projects. We share everything you need to deliver successful projects time and time again on this channel. So if you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn the bell notifications on so you don't miss anything. When discussing build contracts here in Victoria, before we get stuck into the specifics, I want to acknowledge the two most common contracts that we use here are either a master builder's contract or a HIA contract. It is essential to point out that we don't find much of a difference between them. It's usually whichever one your chosen builder has engaged and aligned themselves with. Here are 3 points of interest for us here at Little Fish when engaging in these type of contract negotiations. First up, we have the payment schedules. The two main payment schedules in either of the two contracts I've just mentioned will be either your Method A schedule or your Method B schedule. The Method A schedule is a standard schedule that has the schedules broken down into their standard stages. Your Method 2 schedule is the schedule that allows you and the builder to customize these payments. Here at Little Fish, we find that the Method B is a great way to keep the cash flow strong in your project, which keeps your builder moving. Ultimately, it'll come down to what's the best schedule for your project and the builder that you've engaged. We have found that the key is to ensure that both parties, you as the property developer and the builder, agree with the schedule and ensure that your builder is confident you can achieve a successful outcome under these parameters. As the property developer, you need to ensure that the builder has cash flow. Don't be afraid of this, embrace this, as you both need to work together towards a successful outcome. Secondly, let's talk about liquidated damages. You must understand liquidated damages to negotiate the terms correctly with your builder. It's essentially the remuneration you will receive if your builder runs over the agreed amount of time, accumulating daily. If you don't negotiate the terms, it will revert to the default terms, which in most cases can be quite insufficient. When undertaking a property development, such as a dual occupancy project, costs are always incurred if the development runs over time. So if you need to be covered to minimize the impact. There are many different measures in calculating the correct number. One that we have used in the past is considering the potential rent that you would be foregoing for the dwellings if they're not completed on time. Ultimately, it needs to be a number that both parties are happy with and content with, because also remember, and it's important to note, that liquidated damages do work both ways. As the property developer, if you slow down the builder, liquidated damages can be claimed against you. So please, don't go too hard. It does swing both ways. And finally, we would look closely at the defect liability period. This defect liability period isn't something you necessarily negotiate with the builder. It's just a clause in these contracts that you need to be across. It will help you sleep at night. Trust me. Upon the builder completing the builds and you as the client, you will have the opportunity to provide your builder with a defects list. They will then be required to complete this list. The defects liability period from the builder is typically 3 to 6 months, depending on your contract. If any defects arise in this period, then the builder is required to rectify them. This also means that you don't have to stress when you're doing your initial walkthrough upon completion. If you miss anything or anything else arises, your builder is responsible. Then once you or your buyers move in, I usually tell clients that unless it's ruining their life, make a master defects list that you can share with your builder to complete just before or on that defect period as it's coming to an end. This will ensure that the burden on your life going back and forth and round in circles with your builder, they can all get fixed up in one foul swoop. That's it, guys. That's a wrap. Hopefully you're getting a ton of value from these training videos. We love making them, so if you have any questions or topics that you'd like us to tackle, please drop them in the comments box below. And of course, if you haven't already, smash the subscribe button and make sure you turn the bell notifications on so you don't get left behind. I'm Peter Kelly. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy developing.